Okay, be 100% real with me. Things on the internet are getting bad, right? Like I'm not imagining it, the internet is getting worse. AI clogging the recesses of search results, every app has auditory processing issues and is playing a game of telephone with TikTok's main features, and the influencers, man. Influencers are out of control. Specifically, engagement farming is out of control. It seems like that's the only way to get anything done these days. Say something obviously ridiculous and let 600 well-meaning social democrats flood your mentions with links to Google Scholar articles. And no, I'm not talking about trolling. Trolling has been a thing since the 20th century, and before that, it was something you only encountered when you tried to cross enchanted bridges with your party. Trolling is something you do for the love of the sport. You know, the rush of trolling is the same rush an illegal street racer gets when they nearly clip a Hyundai going 125 on an arterial. Engagement farming to me is just a bastardization of the trolling art form. No longer are you merely disorienting and upsetting a random internet user, but now you're some kind of insipid provocateur hoping to draw the most interactions out of every remotely controversial subject du jour. And as we approach the end of the year, I just want to do a little reflection on how I'm feeling about that and how that has been influencing everything that's been happening this year. But before we get into all that, I'm being told we have a message from today's sponsor. I'm not the best with money. I've probably spent the GDP of Tuvalu on DoorDash in the last year, and my extent of banking knowledge is compound interest and the silly tube that I presume they deposit tennis ball canisters through. In fact, a few months ago, I realized I had been paying for a subscription service for 7 months that had cost me hundreds of dollars, and the sponsor of today's video helps with that. Rocket Money is an all-in-one finance platform that you can use to find, cancel subscriptions, and much more. I struggle immensely with keeping track of my finances and my spending, so having something like Rocket Money to help me out with this type of stuff is hugely helpful. You can do a bunch of stuff with Rocket Money, but my favorite personal feature is how Rocket Money can let you compile all of your personal subscriptions and cancel them easily. It's a lifesaver. But it doesn't stop there. Rocket Money can help with so many different things. It can help you negotiate your bills down just by sending a photo of it to the software. I personally use Rocket Money to, as I mentioned before, cancel subscriptions. I use it to help visualize my spending. I use it to help save money. They just like have that. In terms of visualizing money, it's very helpful for me because it's one thing to think, oh, I spend a lot of money on XYZ, and it's another thing to look at it and be like, what went wrong, you know? What happened to that bright-eyed little kid that I used to know? My net worth is negative 100 billion, but enough of me waxing poetic about this. If you want to save more money and spend less money, go try out Rocket Money. Use the link on the screen or the link in the description to get a free trial. And if you want to upgrade to more features, you can upgrade to premium. But yeah, it's free. No harm, no foul. Go give it a go. Thank you so much to Rocket Money for sponsoring this video. Back to it. Hey girlies, welcome back to a YouTuber's end of the year video, complete with worse editing and a premise that can be best described as torpid retrospective. Honestly, it's barely a retrospective. Consider this one a rant. Yeah, I'm bringing 2015 YouTube back. I'm fucking complaining to cap off the year. Use the comments section as a venting space here. Let's complain about all of the shit that is ruining spending time on the internet right now. 2023, the year that God tossed and turned in his coffin like he was having a dream where he mouth-kissed Nancy Pelosi. How can we eulogize such a year? The year malevolent wizard Joe Biden's dormant brain parasite finally took the wheel. The year Gary's mod redditor Elon Musk became the first CEO to let a public humiliation fetish influence global commerce. 2023, according to the Shang Dynasty Yin calendar, the year of the malnourished eunuch. You know, ever since 2016, I've noticed reputable academics, and by academics, I do mean the median Twitter user, so a bi-curious 27-year-old living off of Ko-fi donations for tarot readings and stick and pokes. Anyways, I've seen these people claiming that we're living through the worst year that's ever happened. Now, that may be true if you're looking at the climate record or the declining rate of New Jack Swing instrumentals, but if you look at the world around us, there is beauty to be found under every spike in that CO2 emissions graph. Look around you, you know, past the roadkill and the vascular roads of your mutilated city, and look to the glowing beacon of promise in your very palm, your connection to the information superhighway, Al Gore's Manhattan Project. And see that too also fucking sucks. Listen, maybe I'm out of my mind, but it does feel like this year marks a spike in nightmarish abuse of interaction farming. Sparking outrage or making a scene to get attention is not new. Of course, it's just a new scale of the temper tantrum, but something about this year specifically has been fucking riling me up, and I just need to talk about it before the year is over.
Calm down, Woody. Where you friends. Shut up, Buzz.
Okay, can I be real? Can I just, for once, what the fuck is wrong with this guy? What the fuck is his problem? Why has XQC been behaving like this? Why is he flexing whenever he is criticized? Why is he doubling down on positions that make no sense? Why is his entire public persona being subsumed by being a disagreeable, unlikable person? Actually, I want to expand this whole complaint to the streaming service Kick, who seems to be scooping up all of the worst dudes on the internet onto their platform by offering a unique terms of service. The terms of service being, do whatever, we don't give a fuck. It's mind-boggling that maybe the biggest growing Twitch competitor right now is a funnel built to catch the worst people who leave other streaming platforms. Remember when Aiden Ross just immediately opened porn on his first Kick stream? I do. I don't want to remember it, but I do. These incentive structures are just out of control. It feels like every year people are getting slightly better at gaming the system to rake in relevancy while they should be living in exile in a Serbian cave and collecting rainwater to propagate what few plants they can grow with no direct sunlight.
Yeah, bro, you're weird as fuck. What the fuck is this, man?
I don't even know what I have to say about this. Listen, alpha male podcasts have died down at least a bit this year, but every once in a while I still get a clip of some podcast with 2 failed stock trading Discord entrepreneurs and 40 women who would have had shrines built to them during classical antiquity, where the dude is talking about women, how a 19th century steel baron talks about cattle. Yeah, so low value females must lug carts from the mines to the processing plants. High value females are permitted to hold parasols and pour me iced tea on hot summer days. And I'm just gonna come out and say it, either these men have suffered catastrophic brain injuries, or they're saying this stuff purely to make people upset. That doesn't change the impact. Of course, these guys are creating an incel XP farm, but it helps me sleep at night. Oh yeah, women shouldn't speak unless spoken to. They should also have their navel removed and should generally behave like an anemic Roomba, just aimlessly walking around the house procedurally dealing with problems men leave behind.
In a year. Over the past 3 months, corn inflation's come down.
Hold on, I'm sorry.
I'm spending like 2 seconds on this one just because I did make a video about this guy earlier in the year. And it was the video about the guy who said that 1989 by Taylor Swift is better than To Pimp a Butterfly. At the time, I said, oh, I think this guy's just a troll. And I was right. His whole shtick is just being a dumbass on the internet and doing ridiculous stuff. He showed his full butthole in a YouTube video. And it's up because it's educational, you know, I'm not complaining. I would love to know how to get hair off of my ass, but it's just next level clout chasing at this point. Like, is this going to become a meta? Are we just going to be dealing with this?
And today, we're counting down our picks for the top 10 times Godzilla went beast mode.
AI streamers, right? Where do you start? Now, is this outrage interaction farming? Not necessarily, but it is straight up, definitionally, interaction farming. It's boiling the streamer-audience relationship into its most fundamental elements and then turning that into a perverse circus of indulgence. Instead of any interaction, instead of leaving a message in the chat, instead of joining a community, you just put a coin into your favorite streamer's mouth, wind them up, and let them go. There's something so insidious about the erosion of creator-audience relationships to the point that we are able to make a spectacle of the inauthenticity at play. We're able to market the creator as a paywalled toy. There's nothing left to say at that point. We are just the composite roles that make up the social media machine, and that's the appeal. What the fuck?
Michelangelo, Leonardo, Da Vinci, they're all dead. I remain.
This motherfucker.
You know, I'd love to live in a world where comedians who came up through the internet were simply funny and not uncanny valley supermodels, but here we are. Listen, the wild pivot this guy has made to acting like a cool, subversive, edgy comedian in the public eye is borderline insufferable. I would love to put a kill shot in the trend of people being publicly canceled and defecting to the right, but it would require me to care about these people in the first place, and that's difficult, you know? It also makes it a lot harder to care when the guy looks like this. They have to use a bone saw to cut this guy out of calcified limestone every morning. Are you sleeping with your jaw in a muffin tin? You just roll off the Playmobil assembly line every day and get to it? Da Vinci's Vitruvian mannequin right here. Half of his body was made in resin molds. Striking angular proportions. I need a protractor and a straight edge to draw this guy. How do you get this work done? You walk into an Orange County surgeon and you say, give me the sacred geometry bionicle?
We do not care.
What can be said about Colleen Ballinger that has not already been yelled from the mountains, pained wails of a sword thrust directly into your stomach? This apology video is not only handily the worst apology video the internet has ever seen, but I am convinced that she knew that in some regard before posting it. Now, I don't have any evidence for this, you know. For all I know, Colleen could have gone into this believing that she was doing the right thing, but the amount of free press this generated, I genuinely hadn't really thought of Colleen since middle school, and then she was all I saw for a good 3 days. Ultimately, what stops this apology from being something that Colleen can bounce back from in full force is the fact that Colleen seems to have a degree of shame. She really wanted in the video to be taken seriously to some extent. For an outrage farming outing to work, you need to really not give a fuck. You know, if Trisha Paytas posted this apology, she would dominate for a spell and then be totally fine. But Colleen so truly wanted to be taken seriously in this video that it was just impossible to look past any of her other actions. And all of those complaints bring me to my core sorrow from this year, the death of what I would consider Twitter's golden age. Elon Musk has owned Twitter, or X, or whatever you want to call it, for over a year now, and I am genuinely awestruck at the wrecking ball he has taken to the service. First of all, right off the bat, destroying all of the branding is nuts. Getting rid of the bird, getting rid of retweets and tweets and replacing them with generic X posts, only something a man sleepwalking through life could get away with. And now, every day, this guy is ambient posting on Maine, replying to 4chan Nazis with interesting and 45 ellipses. And second of all, the sheer nightmare of allowing people to buy relevance with verification checks. If you purchase Twitter Blue, your posts are amplified. You can also get paid for posts if you surpass 5 million interactions monthly. This has resulted in 2 separate nightmares. One, people verifying automated bot accounts and making them spam barely related content in the replies of any tweet, and 2, people posting ridiculous things just for the interactions. Both of these phenomena, and I'm trying not to overstate here, are on the verge of making Twitter unusable. Sometimes you open a tweet and the first 10 replies are random automated tweets from verified accounts about who knows what. Sometimes they're porn bots. Sometimes they just skimmed the most popular video related to whatever the original tweet source material looked like and reposted those popular videos in the replies with an AI-generated caption. Sometimes they're just meaningless word jumbles. I see all of these AI accounts as well-meaning, bumbling European men.
Hi, man. I noticed you were posting about dolphins. I also have a video about dolphins I think you would like. Please get back to me. Dude, I hope you're having a nice day. I love electronic music synthesizer dance.
And now on Twitter, we are at what I would consider Facebook levels of people posting shit like, hey brother, what movie did you watch that had you like, fuck yeah, brother? Yeah, I saw Fast and Furious 10 in theaters. I wanted to slap Vin Diesel's bald baby head in the cavern and hear it reverberate for minutes. Fellas, should women be eating dessert on the first date? All the quote tweets are saying, this is stupid. All of the replies are blue check marks.
Wow. 3 Michelin-star dessert from French restaurant. Yum. Would you eat? Powdered sugar donut from bakery. Most delicious in world. Do you agree?
Dead internet theory is out. Dead Twitter theory is it. How much of this can I take? Amazing question. Actually, I am already at my limit, and I will be throwing myself upon a blade by nightfall. Well, that's it. That's all I had to say. Short video today? Maybe, but it's the end of the year, and unfortunately, I've been almost incomprehensibly depressed for the last month, so hey, it's a miracle I got a video out today at all. Leave a comment down below if you're also having mental health struggles. Are you unwell too? Can you blame your parents for this? Anywho, thank you again to Rocket Money for sponsoring this video. Link in the description. You know how it goes. You know how sponsors go. There's a description. There's a link. Use it if you wanna. It's pretty cool. And that's it. That's it for the video. I hope that I will be back to posting more consistently soon. I have just been really, truly so depressed, and I was hoping that maybe a looser video like this could get me back into the rhythm of making stuff. Yeah. That's it. Happy holidays. I'll see you guys for another video soon, hopefully. Take care of yourselves, take care of others, be kind to yourself and be kind to others, and free Palestine. Forever. Okay. Bye.